Hello lovely people and welcome. Today I am returning to a project I started a while back, which is thinking about abstraction and applying it to some of my art. So this is part of a series of paintings I've done thinking about taking a photograph that I took a long time ago in Hawaii of a Heliconia flower and doing various abstract versions of this, and I'll probably come back to this again at some point. I will link the first video in the description below. So for this one, I'm playing with a technique called hard edges, where you take tape and seal the edge of it, and so you can get a very, very sharp edge on your painting, on your sections of paint. And I'm taking the flower shapes and abstracting them into geometric shapes, and then layering them and trying to get a feel of the original photograph with the flowers in front and various leaves and things behind by building up layers of shapes in different colors of paint, one on top of each other. So the way you do this is you take artist's tape, and I find that I have to seal the edges before I paint, otherwise I get paint going under the tape. So I seal it using some regular gel semi-gloss acrylic medium, and this I just layer on along the edges. If you're going to do this, use a paintbrush you don't care about, because the paintbrush I am using is now more of a paint stick than a paintbrush. I find I have to do about 3 layers, so I do a layer along the edge of the tape, dry it off, do another layer, dry it off, do another layer, and then I can do my painting. So then I just put in the paint in the area that I want to do. For this particular project, I want flat areas of color. There's going to be enough going on in it already, and I want to draw attention to the geometric shapes, and doing shading or variations of color within them I think would distract from that. Another thing that I'm leaving in is that when you do hard edges like this, right where the edge is, you'll get a little ridge. And so when you do a layer of paint on top of that, you have the options of leaving it and knowing there will be a ridge through that, which is what I chose to do here. I kind of think that the ridges give you a little more of the feeling for stuff going on behind them that you can't see. But if you don't want those ridges, what you can do is sand down that area after you've taped it and before you paint it, and then you get rid of the ridges underneath, and each ensuing layer will be smooth. And that's another thing you can do. This painting took a very long time, because in between each layer I had to let the paint dry, and as I was doing the gloss medium I had to let it dry, and so on. So what I did was I would do a layer and then go away and come back the next day, or given my work schedule, sometimes come back the next weekend. So all in all, this painting really took a couple of months for me to do. It was probably only a couple of hours actual time, hands-on time, but start to finish was quite some time. In the end, I came back because I had smudged some of it accidentally, so I went back in and worked on evening out the, especially the light background. I also had to go in a couple of places along the edges where they weren't quite perfect, but overall it worked out really well. So I'm really, really pleased with this. It was a learning experience. It was really fun to think about and plan and decide how I wanted to think about abstracting that original picture. And I have some other ideas that I also want to do, and I'll probably do those in different methods, different ideas for bringing it more and more abstract. Right now this is still fairly representational. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. So as always, thank you so much for coming and visiting the channel. I hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe, and take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be well. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments what you think. Take care.